welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren X, and today I have something new that I'm going to be doing from now on, and it's going to be KU buys. It's basically all of the Kindle Unlimited books that I actually bought the physical copies for, which aren't that many because I just started it like almost 2 weeks ago. So I do have like enough books to do a video on. And I do also have some books that I haven't bought yet that I will be buying in the future, just not right now. But let's do some housekeeping. Okay, how are you? I'm doing amazing. You see Prince. I don't know what he's doing. Oh yeah, he's sitting down. Okay, well you see Prince. He's doing his business. I got my nails done, so they look super cute. Love them. Hope you're doing better. It is 102 right now, so I'm gonna be as quick as possible because lights, hotness. I have my blackout curtains on right now. But let's jump into this. All right, so we're gonna start off with Rena Kent. I actually bought the first book from the Thorns duet, which is Red Thorns, because then you have Black Thorns, which is the second book. I read both books, but a 5-star read for the first one. Second book, I wish it wasn't the way it was, but beggars can be choosers. But I definitely love the first book in this duet. So yeah, 5 stars. This is about Naomi and Sebastian. Sebastian is our anti-hero. Naomi is our Japanese, she's Japanese, heroine, and she is in college. We have a virgin heroine and a playboy hero, but this is super wild because she has these dark sexual fantasies, even though she is a virgin, that are not for polite society. And he has the same dark fantasies. This actually can go with like primal play. This is heavy on like the non-com or the non-consent consensual, because even though she doesn't want it at first, she gets into it and then it just becomes a thing. But basically, they start off with a bet. His bet was that he could give her, like, have sex with her because she's like really stuck up to the other cheerleaders because she's a cheerleader. And he accepts this bet. And so this is their like little love escapade. I don't know what to call it because it's just crazy. But there's like an underlying story in here that goes to the second book. Don't want to ruin that. But basically it's her trying to figure out who her father is because her mother has never said who her father was, and she's like really exploring who he is in her life, and it turns out to be something that she should have never like tried to figure out in the first place because but like spice meter off the charts with the spice. That's the reason why I did hardback, not paper edition. So yes, love it. And it's like what it looks like. The second book is also from the same author, and it's God of Malice. This is from the Legacy of God series. So this is the first book in the series. The second book is going to deal with a different pairing, but you see all the pairings in this one. And there is an Achillean pairing, which I'm ready for because of who they both are. Like, one of them is just like super crazy, and the other one is very mellow, very chill, happy. I just want that. I just can't wait to read that. But that's not the next book. We have God of Malice, and this is a mafia college style set in the UK. So we have a college that's usually boarded by the royalty or the wealthy, the old wealth of the UK. And then we have the new money, and they have to go to a different college, but most of them are all American. So this is I wouldn't say forbidden reference, but it's good. So we have Landon and Killen. Landon is the youngest of her siblings, 3 siblings. She has 2 brothers who are twins, but have polarly different, they're opposites on the spectrum. One sibling, Glydon, starts with G, is like her love interest. Psychopath. Does not deal with emotions, mimics emotions from what he learns. And then his twin brother, Brandon, is the happy-go-lucky one. So we start off this story with a suicidal attempt. And Landon is feeling survivor's guilt because her best friend had committed suicide. And she was supposed to do it with him as well because they felt unseen and unloved from everyone around them. So they were like, why don't we just leave the world because they don't love us anyway. She backs out of it and then watches as her friend in his car plummet down this cliff and he dies. So she's feeling this guilt. Also, the reason why she feels unloved is because she doesn't think she's as talented as her family. She feels insignificant. She's been dealing with this for a while. She goes to therapy and all that kind of stuff. So as she's about to fall off this cliff, someone grabs her and takes pictures of her. And they have this conversation of where she's trying to get him to let her up. And he's just like, no. What would you do if I let you up? She's like, I'll do anything. And obviously he takes advantage of that. But he still holds her over the edge until he gets what he wants, which is a sexual assault scene. But he likes taking pictures of scenes of chaos. So he was just like, I don't want to take a picture of you dead. The lighting's not right. The gore wouldn't be good for this scene right now. I'll take a picture of you falling to your death because that would be a great picture. Yeah, crazy. This gets his piques his interest with her, and they start this little enemies to lovers kind of thing because he wants her for whatever reason. She is feeling this attraction towards him. It's very, very good. The spice is crazy. The plot in this is super crazy. I wasn't expecting a lot of stuff that was going on in here. And then we meet our other characters because God of Malice also follows characters from Red Thorns and Black Thorns. A lot of the characters you see in her previous books grown and have kids, and these are their kids. So yes. And you even get a family tree. So you know whose kid is who. But yes. Greatness. I can't wait to read the second book because the second book follows Landon's cousin who is selective mute, or he just doesn't like talking because he doesn't feel that there's anything to give to the conversation. He's just there. And it follows I think a cousin of Killen's. But yeah, can't wait. Next is a J. Wolf novel, and this is The Savage Crew. This is the first book in The Savage Crew, and it's Start a Fire. This is an interracial romance. So we start off with Grace coming back to the school she had just previously left, I think either a year or two ago, because of something. She used to be very popular, but because of the reason she left, she's finally like, kind of like humbled herself. Some things have like made her understand herself and how toxic she was. So she comes back to school and things are a little different. So all her old friends kind of don't like her and they kind of bully her because of something she did before she left. And her best friend, to her best friend at that, the thing about that is like, I just don't understand how they let that sink in to each other. Like, that's whatever. But we have Sebastian. Sebastian is wrong side of the tracks kind of boys. Him and his crew are not what she's used to. Think of like Crybaby or Grease, that kind of dynamic. But now she's just like in the middle. She's just trying to like survive school because she's not trying to have any drama. But drama comes to find her because of Sebastian. Sebastian has this like, seems like he has like this deep hate for her in the start of it because like some things happened to her with him and it just seems like bullying vibes because it is. And she's not understanding why this person has so much hate for her. But we learn in time why. And it has to do with the reason why she left. So this is their love story together. They are really... This one is like a mixed review because everyone who I know on like Goodreads didn't like rate this high, but I rated it super high because I gave it 5 stars because I truly liked Sebastian and Grace's dynamic in this book. Their chemistry and his bulliness, his aggression and possessiveness, then his obsession. So this does have non-com in it because of certain scenes, so just be aware of that. And yes, 5-star for me. Next, I have Void by Raven Kennedy and Caroline June. This is a reverse harem, dark romance, and this is fantasy. We start off with Derica. Derica's at this all-girls school, and we find out that like she and her friend Reed are like thinking of like all the things they're going to be doing when they graduate. Like in like I think less than a year. I think it's like 9 months they have left before they can like just leave school completely. But everyone at school and Reed's parents call him Molly. So they use Reed's dead name for him, and he's just trying to like see the better light at the end of the tunnel in 9 months to live his best life with his best friend Derica. We find out that like Derica is getting sent to the headmistress's office because someone from her family wants to speak to her and needs her right now. And this is when we find out this is a fantasy. Like, I kind of didn't know what this book was about because I just bought it. I mean, I just read it when I was on KU and I was like, okay, cool. But this is fantasy. So the whole world, we have Fae, and we have elements, we have necromancers, we have shifters, vampires, all that kind of stuff. Derica was a part of the elementals because her mother was the like clan master for all elementals. And when she was younger, she was like heading to follow in her mother's footsteps. But then her powers came to fruition, and we find out that she was a void. A void is a person who takes or sucks the powers of other Fae people. So when she was younger, Derica accidentally took her mother's elemental powers. So her mother now hates her. Her father, who is a demon, he's actually a crossroads demon. love that because it's supernatural. Love that. And he's all about risk. He's a risk demon, is what they call him. He loved Erica, but her mother truly could like give not any about Erica because of her powers. So the congressional of like the Fae use her to strip other Fae's powers from them. And because she's a void, everyone around her who's Fae never wants to get with her because they're always afraid that one touch she'll snatch their powers from them, and they're nothing without their powers. So something happens where she's going to be sent to the congressional to take a vampire's power from her because she got cursed with bloodlust. And so now she's just like fiending for it, just killing people. They're going to take her powers from her. Something happens though when her void powers come in connection with the bloodlust vampire and the vampire's boyfriend, who is a werewolf. And her void powers switches their powers. So now the vampire is a she-wolf and the werewolf is now a vampire. Crazy, right? So now the congressional is like, oh my gosh, now that's crazy. We can use her. We need to hone in on this power. So now she's going to be sent to the Fae school where all the Fae get trained in their power. So she can harness it. And that's not, it gets crazy. At first, I was not liking this book because I was trying to figure out, I was like, where's the reverse harem? It doesn't seem like the boys are going to like her because they don't want her. But we have the vampire who's basically almost like the leader of the clan of his vampires. We have almost the leader of the werewolves. We have a necromancer, and then we have her best friend, well, her ex-best friend, who is an elemental. And it's all four of them with her. This is so juicy. I was tossing and turning on like whether I would like this or not. And then at a certain point, I was just like, Lauren, I like this. This was really great. Things are not what they seem. I was not prepared for a certain kind of scenes to come up. But yeah, this was great. And also, I have to say, the necromancer, he is totally goals. Goals right there, because he's just so funny. But yeah, like, this one was good too. And then last but not least for this KU pie is Wicked Escape, the Wicked Obsession books by Wynne Roman. This is book 3 in the Wicked Obsessions, which is actually a rockstar romance. This has cheating in it. We start off with Paige and Noah. They have been dating for, I think, a couple of years now in high school. And for Noah's birthday, he finally has weaned her down to a threesome. She's not wanting to do a threesome, but for his birthday, she accepts that she's going to do a threesome with another girl who's been after him for a while. And when this other girl finds out that he wants to do a threesome, she's all gung-ho for it. They make rules, though. So Paige says that he's the only person, like, he can only, like, stick it in her. So he would have to eat the other girl out. The scenes of the threesome, because it's told in her point of view when it happens, it gutted me. Because you have her, she's always loved Noah. You can feel it in the writing. You can see it on the page. She notices as he's having sex with her, he's not with her. They've always made love, not fucked. And so she's feeling him fucking her. And she's not used to that. And it just, like, it breaks her heart to see him with this other girl. And it just, like, oh my gosh, like, that scene was, like, heartbreaking for real. Like, it gutted me. And then when everything's said and done, she feels this disconnect with him and starts wondering what's up. So then we later find out that he did cheat on her. So she broke up with him, and he seemed like he didn't care. Because at that point in time, he didn't. Fast forward, I think it's like 6 or 7 years later, Paige, is going to a bar to meet up with her boyfriend, who is also from the same school he went to. And she happens to run into Noah, who is off tour back in their hometown at this bar. He sees her, and this is totally new perspective. So he sees her and instantly is like reminiscing, and you can tell that like he's grown as a man because he knows that he did wrong with the situation that happened that made them break up. So she is trying to just like get out of the way, move away from Noah. They said their high and byes to do their little catching up, and she's heading to her boyfriend, and she overhears his conversation with his best friend, and guess who's at the table? The other woman, the girl who messed up her relationship with Noah. She overhears her boyfriend saying that like they've been messing around for months now, and he's only using Paige for a weekend fuck. Oh my gosh, devastating. So then she hears this, he sees her, she runs away. Noah doesn't want her to leave by herself. A conversation happens, and yeah, this is them rekindling their love because something happens that blows up everything. This is like really fast and fun. There are some angsty bits, but most of it is just like really crazy because we have a stalker who is like obsessed with Noah. We have drama between the other woman and Paige's boyfriend. And then we also have Noah's group's drama with the other boyfriend, his dad. Publicity, just crazy. I love this. This was a 5-star for me, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Oh my gosh. That is it, actually. So, like, these are all of my books so far that I have bought because I read them on KU. Again, like I said, I have like 2 other books that I'm going to be buying soon. Just haven't bought them yet, and they'll probably be in my next segment of this video. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!